Ormavi is the first theoretician that make a graphical object for showing the scale, as you can see here. What he did is, instead of writing the this abjad system on the paper, except doing that, he also created this this graphic here, is these circles. A circle in Farsi and Arabic is called dawr, and the plural of that is advar. So the system, he says, Advār system, or Advār, Ketāb al-Advār, is the book of circles, and in circles he shows the scales. So imagine if your open string, which has the ratio of 1 to 1, in his system, which is called Advār, he creates one circle to show the scale. And for example, I will write with the English alphabet. A, which is the first letter from the abjad system, is your open string with a ratio of 1 to 1. And he goes in the previous chapters in his book, he explains 17 different steps of a scale, which you can find in different sources. So he has 17 alphabets around this this circle. So it's A, B, C, D, and so on. Now, and each of these ones has its own ratio. For example, A is 1 to 1, B is, I don't know, let's say, let's make a very easy scale. So it's 256 over 243, 243, and so on. So each of them, this is C, C sharp, and so on. And because this is a musical mode and it's not a chromatic scale, he shows that, for example, if this one is C, C sharp, D, D sharp, and so on. So, for example, for the first scale of Oshaq that I have here tattooed, he has A, C, and so on. So from the alphabet
intervals.
system, intervals, and these are the pitches of the mode, musical mode. So if the A is the ratio of 1 to 1, C is a ratio of 9 to 8, which is the major second above that, so on. And the English or Western musical term for these pitches are C, D, E, F, G, and so on. And for showing that visually, he creates these lines between them. So, for example, the first two pitches of the scale Oshaq drawn like this. Or maybe if his scale consists of A and B, it means C and C sharp. So he make the line between them like this. Or if he has a scale with C and D sharp, which abjad system is A and D here, he made this line here.
Could you describe once more what he trying to make with these relations A and D with this line, does it mean that A and D an interval?
Yes.
All of lines show to us all possible intervals, as I understand.
Exactly.
Mhm. And why it is like pentagram?
I don't think that it should be considered as a pentagram. It should considered as a full circle with lines. Let me find the book on my computer. I don't think you
Like
should think
train,
about it as a what?
triangles, but it's not full triangle. How to pronounce? Train, yeah, it's train.
Train.
It's
No. Forget
astrological.
about it. Forget about it. This is not related. This astrological or geometric designs is not related to the Ormavi's work.
Mhm, mhm.
Uh,
Why I think that it was related, because I find that there was a book, and it was common for Islamic scientists in those medieval era to name something like, in astrology there was book by Batani, don't remember how it don't remember his name, and he created the same advars, but in astrology. That's why I thought maybe astrology and music was related, because there was science related regions: music, astrology, architecture.
yeah, of course. If you know the ancient Greek music theory, Pythagoras, he was believed about with the relation of the harmonies between on the instrument and between the stars. So it's not a new thing. It goes back to the ancient Greek, and even before that, it goes back. Ancient, all the ancient nations, they were trying to relate stars with the knowledge. And
Mhm,
since again in the ancient Greek, they believed as music, they thought music is a part of the mathematics, and mathematics is a basic knowledge for them. But for Ormavi, it's different because he was a musician. He was not a scientist or a philosopher like Al-Kindi, al-Farabi, or Avicenna. He was a musician. And why there
mhm,
are like triangles and some of them are finishes and not continuing, it is because he didn't create these lines based on smaller um, intervals than perfect fourth or perfect fifth. So if you can see, it's always these lines between these alphabets. These are very long lines. They are usually you cannot find a line that is connected just to its next alphabet or two alphabet after that. There's always in every fourth or every
mhm,
fifth this
mhm.
line is
Ah,
connected
okay.
because these are macro intervals, and they were not accepted. The macrochromatism were not accepted during medieval time. So what happened to you that you got interested into old music?
Here in Uzbekistan, my teacher and my friends are telling about the problem which here is. The problem is about scales, which was in Shashmakom, Bukharian Makom system. And this system was loose during the Sovietization period. And now scientists, musicians, musicologists in Uzbekistan trying to find which system it was, because concrete writings or books were not written since those days. And all which we have, it's just audio recordings from old ustos, from old singers and performers, which was recorded in 1930, 1920 years before total Sovietization of Republic. And it is interesting for me because it's something mystic. It's something like mystic. It was hidden in history, and now we're trying to understand how it was in those years and those era. And also, I'm living here. I was born here, and the system was authentic for these peoples. And so I created Dutar, as you know, Dutar library, and
Yes, yes.
second was Tambur that I started in January last year, but don't finish it yet. In that Tambur library, I would like to use scales from Bukharian Shoshmakom. And this history is very close connected to all Islamic period from Iran, from Arabian, and so when we trying to learn something about Shashmakom, first of all we search about Urmavi. Here we don't have a translation books about Urmavi. Also, but have Jami book, which was made comments by Belayev, Soviet musicology. But Urmavi is like Bach, maybe, in Western music.
Yes, yes. Ormavi is like Zarlino in music history because what he did is actually he made a temperament because before him, all the theoreticians before him, they were somehow trying to find a definition about the scales of their time. So they were trying to explain or write that this scale is these finger positions like this and this and that and that, and this is the ratio, this is the mathematical proportion, and so on. But what Ormavi did is he created this 17 tone scale, which means it has 17 tone macrochromatic pitches in one big scale, and out of this scale created different modes. So in this huge book with all these things, all this graphical stuff and so on, he explains he created this and it's based on all the Pythagorean perfect fifth series of perfect fifths. That is why these lines are also on big steps. So this shows like this is a perfect fifth, this is a perfect fourth, and so on. Now, page 82. Here, This is this alphabet system, this abjad system that I told you. Here, for example, this is the base string on oud, and this word here, it says motlaq, means the open string. And these are the alphabets: A, B, G, D, H, W, Z, H, or different kind of H. And the interval between A, this one, and this one is a perfect fourth. And between them, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other pitches. Now, if you remember A and H, these two letters, A and Ha, and getting back a little bit further on the page 96, this is A, and this is H, and it's clockwise. So this is A, B, G, D, H, W, Z, and the second type of H.
A, B, C, D, H.
A, B, G, D, because it's not the English alphabet, so it's different. So A, B, G, D.
Persian? Is it Persian alphabet?
Persian, Arabic, they are the same. You have this a perfect fourth here, and another perfect fourth from here to here. So this is 17 pitches of a scale: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on and go on. And so he shows that if I want have a scale that exists in that it has A, C, and F, a perfect fourth. So I connect this line to this. Instead, for Ormavi, instead of saying do, re, mi, fa, he was saying A, B, J, H, because it was the name of the notes for his time, with abjad system instead of whatever name it is, English note names. I think it's a great idea that we can work together and with your friends, your team, about this shesh maqam, because there is a huge connection between northeastern part of Iran and shesh maqam. So we can find some good connections between them and work on some articles, I don't know, do the research.